In a lab at the UC San Diego School of Medicine, we see a video of a human lung with a form of fibrosis, shown here in red. But this isn't really a lung. It's a miniature model of a lung made from human stem cells. It's called an organoid.
We now have a way to screen the drugs on this to reverse this exact condition, because it has been determined that without these cells, you cannot fibrose a lung. You cannot scar a lung.
Pradipta Ghosh is a professor of cellular medicine at UCSD who is dedicated to improving drug discovery by testing with human tissue. Ghosh says the problem with animal trials and the current system of drug approval is pretty clear.
We have a report card that we can't really ignore, can we? Our report card says we get it 9 out of 10 times wrong. That is a drug, at least.
Yes, about 90% of drugs under development fail in human clinical trials, the final stage of the approval process. Testing a new drug from end to end usually takes a decade and can cost more than $1 billion, whether it's eventually approved or not. And she says the shortcomings of animal testing is one problem. You see, people are not mice.
And we have evolved differently. We know our immune systems are vastly different.
The news of changing policies on drug trials were announced by the Food and Drug Administration and the National Institutes of Health last month.
We announced a dramatic reduction in animal testing at NIH and FDA.
The NIH announced it will create a new office to develop the use of non-animal approaches. Its director said, quote, "This human-based approach will accelerate innovation, improve healthcare outcomes, and mark a critical step forward for science." Pradipta Ghosh says she favors a tiered approach to drug development that includes organoid testing and computational analysis. But adopting new human-based forms of testing presents some challenges.
Cost is high. Skills, knowledge, limited to a few labs still in the world.
And this is all happening at a time when the Trump administration is proposing dramatic cuts, perhaps more than 40%, to the budget of the National Institutes of Health. To Ghosh, that's a problem.
How do you invest in something that is requires more skills, requires more resources, requires more infrastructure? Oh, and by the way, in the backdrop of less funding, that could be a little difficult task.
Some people still defend animal testing. The National Association of Biomedical Research said computational models and organoids are still, quote, not capable of fully replicating the intricacies of living systems. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.